Hey guys and ghouls, welcome back to the second part of our graveyard vid. Today we're going to finish up by painting them up and getting them ready for the table. So let's go to my table and finish up those graves and tombstones. Hey guys, here's our grave. It's all dried, nice and sturdy. Now I'm going to use black to hand paint this. You could spray paint it black, but I'm worried about the tombstone melting a little bit because if you don't get the total glue coverage, it will melt that styrofoam, that foam core. So I'm just going to hand paint it with a wet down black. And once I get that all covered, I'll just let it dry. I'll be ready for the next step. Okay, here we are dry. And I'm going to use an earth brown on this grave. So I'll just water it down and paint up the grave, and just make sure you avoid the tombstone. Go around the tombstone and get that nice earth color on there. I'll let it dry up. It's all dry. So now I'm going to paint the tombstone, and I'm going to use a gray to paint the tombstone. Look at that texture popping out there. It looks great. I love it. So really looking like a tombstone now. Now we'll add the lighter gray and really give some texture on there. Look at that edges popping out, the words and the symbol on the front, and we got the crack on the back. Really looking great there. So there we go, a nice tombstone for your graveyard. Now we just have to finish the grave itself. Alright, I decided I want to have several different types of graves, and one is going to be just a freshly buried grave, and I'm going to use a reddish brown for that. I'm just going to kind of paint the top, dry brush the top a bit, bring out some of that detail I did with the hot glue gun, as well as the cork, and just looking really good there. So there we go, there's one type of grave. Now I want to do another. I want to have grass on the grave. So I've got one I've just painted brown. I didn't do the dry brushing yet, and I'm going to use some full strength white glue, and I'll just do some areas on the grave that will be grassy areas. I don't want to cover the whole thing with glue, just parts of it. And I'm going to sprinkle on just pencil shavings. These are just straight out of the container where the pencil shavings go, and kind of mush it on there. And I want to reinforce it, so I'm going to use wet down white glue. It's 50-50 consistency, and I'm just going to apply it with a brush and kind of mush it down into the pencil shavings. And then I'll give a nice slurry of grass that'll dry and be really hard. And what I really like about it is it's not like standard flocking where it tends to come off. This stuff will not come off. Alright, so I'm going to use a dark brown and do a wash on the grass to give me a base to go from. And I'll just wash all those. Okay. So get it all set. Let it dry. And now that it's dried, there we go. See that grass texture? Very nice. Very nice. I want to do some dead grass on this one. I'm going to do some with live grass and dead grass. So this one's going to be dead grass. I'm going to use a cinnamon color and dry brush it on that texture of the pencil shavings to give me a grass-like look. So there we go. It's really, that texture is really popping out of the grave there. Looks really cool. Looks like a grave with dead grass on it. I really like that. Alright. No worries about it falling off. Okay, here's my other one. It's the same technique with the grass. I'm just going to use spring green this time, and I'm going to paint the grass up so it looks like it's living grass as opposed to dead grass. I just want to have different types of graveyards I could use, more ominous and recently buried and that kind of thing. So there we go. Look at that texture popping out there. It looks really, really good. So now let's go to the graveyard and talk about all the graves we made. Here's my instant graveyard, and I think it looks really cool. There's Roderick for scale. So poor Roderick in the middle of the graveyard here. Here's one of the graves, the dead grass. Those pencil shavings looks really good, and that paint job really makes them look like dead grass. Then I've got one with live grass, and the same. Looks really good. That texture is fantastic and will not come off. The tombstone's hard, the base is hard from the glue, and it's durable. And here is our one with just the dirt. And I think that looks great too. It looks like a freshly dug grave. So we are all set and ready for our Halloween adventures. Hey crafters, I hope you enjoyed the vid. Make sure to check out some other vids I'm going to have this month for Halloween in honor of Halloween. So other spooky vids. Make sure to check that out. and give your Scotty a like if you did like the vid. Also make sure to share and subscribe, and why not join my Facebook and forum group. Wonderful group of people on there ready to help you with any crafting questions. And last but not least, go forth and craft.
Hey you watcher, don't just sit there watching this vid. We're swarmed in zombies, we need a high level cleric. Send help! Send help! Oh!